Okay, let's look at a problem here using the graphing utility on WileyPlus. We see here we have this quadratic negative 3x squared plus 11x minus 1, and we want to put it in that form there that we're going to call vertex form, that k times x plus t squared plus r. So let's go to our notes here. So f of x is a negative 3x squared plus 11x minus 1, and there in red you see that's the form that we want to get it in. Okay, so to do that, f of x equals, we need to complete the square on this piece right here, but I got to factor that negative 3 out first. So I got a negative 3 times x squared, that's going to be minus 11 thirds x, and then let me go back to y, minus 1. Okay? And just make sure that when you multiply back, always check. So that's going to give me my 3x squared, negative 3x squared. When I multiply here, that's going to give me my positive 11x. So I factored this out correctly. Now we want to complete the square inside here. Okay? So we're going to get that this equals a negative 3. And to complete the square, it's going to be x minus this thing b. It's a negative 11 thirds, so b over 2. It's going to be negative 11 6. Negative 11 6. Okay? Squared. And there we're going to add a positive, what's 11 times 11? 121? 121 over 36. This will be plus minus 121 over 36. So that is my minus b over 2 squared. So 11 6 squared is a 121 over 36. And then still have my minus 1 out here. Okay? So I've completed the square. Now I just need to distribute that negative 3 and I will be done. So this is going to equal a negative 3 times x minus 11 6 squared plus that negative times the negative 121 is going to be plus, what's 36 is 12 times 3, so the 3's are going to cancel. It's going to be 121 over 12, and then I still have the minus 1 out here. Alright, take your time, make sure you see that. That is, I thought of this 36 as 3 times 12, and then when the negative 3 distributed, the 3's canceled each other. So I'm left with 121 over 12. The negative and the negative made that positive. Okay? So this equals negative 3 times x minus 11 6 squared. And 1 is going to be 12 twelfths. So 121 minus 12, 121 minus 10 will be 111. Then minus 2 more, what, 109 plus 109 over 12. Okay? So that's going to give me, let's go here. That's going to give me what the graph of this thing is going to look like. So let me sketch some so first let's see, well, let me just rough sketch it. And here's going to be my 0. Okay? And so the inside here, that gives me the x coordinate for my vertex. So I know I go over a negative 11 6. So that's my x coordinate for my vertex. Here is the y coordinate for my vertex. Oops, let me, so that's the actual y coordinate, but this, the negative in there lies to you, so it's actually a positive 11 6. So that is, we go over 11 6 and up 109 over 12. So 11 6 was going to be less than 2. And what's 109 over 12? Let me get an estimate of that. 109 divided by 12. about 9.08. So that is, we go over 11.6, so let's tune up. Let's just say right in there. So that is, let me get 11.6. 7 divided by 6. So that's going to be about 1.83 and 9.08. 1.83 and 9.08. Again, this is a rough sketch. It's not drawn to scale here. And then we're going to look at this -3 here. Tells me that when I go over 1, I go down 3. So we go over 1 and down 1, 2. Let me try over 1 and down 1, 2, 3. Over 1 and down 1, 2, 3. So something like that. We need to get some approximate coordinates for those points. Let me see the sketchograph here. I guess that should go right in there. Okay, and so if that was over 1 and down 3, what's the coordinates of these points going to be? So if that was a 1.83, if I went to the left 1, I'd go to what, 0.83, and go down 3, and so that's going to be what, 6.08. And then at this one, I go to the right one, so it's going to be 2.83, and go down 3, 6.08. Okay, so now the hard part we find is inputting this in the WileyPlus. So let's go to WileyPlus. And so what is my K value? That's outside. What is that? -3. Okay. The T value, it's K plus T, so we have to be careful with that. K plus, so if I do plus, it's going to be plus a -11.6. So T is actually going to be a -11.6. So -11.6. My R value, so plus R, 109/12. Alright. The X, where f of x contains its minimum or maximum value, that's going to be the X coordinate of the vertex. And what was that? The 11.6. Okay. So now let's go down here and sketch the graph. We know we want a parabola. And what is my vertex? 8, 3. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Zoom in more. 1.8. There we go. 1.83. 9.08. There we go. Okay. Now let me zoom back out. So I got that correct. And now I need to click on the graph and then click on the scaling tool here. Okay? And that will allow me to do what I need to do here. Here it took me a minute. I had to zoom in and get these points where I wanted them. So see here I got 1.83, 9.08, just like my graph told me. And here we went down to 6.08, so 0.83, 6.08. This should be 2.83, 6.08. And now, so the vertex of the graph, make sure we got that. Let's put an exact form. 11.6 and 109/12. 11.6, 109/12. Okay, and let's submit answer and see what we get. Okay, very good. I hope that helps you out. Again, you have to be, as you see there, as I'm working, you have to be very careful with these graphs to make sure you get the points almost exactly correct. So use the zoom in button, and it'll help you get your answers a little more fine-tuned, okay?